John Alba here from the Q30 Sports beat reporter team for basketball, well, women's basketball that is, as Trisha Fabry's Quinnipiac women's basketball team is on the way to the NCAA Tournament, a 12 seed in Palo Alto, California against Oklahoma, the Sooners. Boomer Sooner. Boomer the Bobcat, Boomer Sooner. It all works out. Number 5 seed are the Sooners. We bring in Joe Buettner from the OU Daily. Joe, thanks so much for hopping on with us.
Oh, no problem.
So, Joe, you've been covering this team all season long, 20-11, 13-5 in the Big 12. Dish out, what's the basis of this team?
Oklahoma has some really good shooters this year. Very young core, but it all starts with Payton Little, who's been able to shoot the three ball pretty well, but Oklahoma's kind of dropped off lately.
Payton Little, 13.2 points per game. What makes her such an effective scoring option for this team, Joe?
Payton Little, she's just a spot-up scorer. Has got a lot of young guards that know how to find her in open space, and that's really just it's been a team that's lived and died by the three-point shot.
Another player on this team who has turned some heads this year is Kalin Williams, 11.9 points per game, averaging almost 7 boards per 2. Is Quinnipiac going to have its hands full with her?
Kalin Williams, if you can get her on the post, it's almost impossible to stop her. Really good post moves. Big problem with her is if you can get her into foul trouble, then Sherry Cole's depth in the front court, not so great.
Well, this team does have a lot of depth as well, doesn't it, Joe? 5 players averaging 7.8 points per game or more. How does a team combat the depth like that? Because Quinnipiac has quite a bit of depth of its own with the Gold Rush, the 5 in, 5 out, but is that going to be something that's going to be able to combat?
Oklahoma, their big issue, though, is the fact that they don't have the type of – they've got some decent bench players, but none of them as effective scoring as their starting lineup. And if you don't have those starters get going early, then it could be a long night for Oklahoma.
All right, well, Joe, lay it out here for me. How does Quinnipiac, as a number 12 seed, actually dethrone Oklahoma, number 5?
Basically, what you got to do is just make sure that Oklahoma's taking desperation shots from the perimeter. If you have Oklahoma just settling for bad looks, which they've done a few times, they've lost to teams like Kansas, UL Little Rock. It's been some bad games for Oklahoma, so you just got to kind of catch them on a bad night.
As mentioned, this game is in Palo Alto, which is at Stanford. Oklahoma 2-3 on neutral sites this year. Joe, thanks so much for joining the Q30 Sports crew.
No problem. Thanks for having me.